have a napkin in the stir?
A what?
A napkin in the stir.
Here is your card.
Thank you.
And there you are.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Well, I'd like to know how everybody is doing this morning. That's my love music behind. That's the love music in the background, y'all. It's a love music. Love is in the air. Keep the love in the air, you guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Kind of driving, so some of y'all I can see, some of y'all may not see. So if I missed anybody, this goes out to everybody in the room. And that is a good morning, top of the morning. Well, we got to get this air going. It's been baking for the last 4, 5 days. You guys, it's been baking. I'm trying to keep my grass water so it can stay pretty and green because I got my backyard party coming up here in July, you guys. July 31st, exactly. That's the date, July 31st. So I'm going to invite you guys in for a little while. Again, it's a blackout neon glow backyard party coming up. Yeah, coming up. So, oh yeah. So much money doing my house. My truck is in the shop, waiting on that. So much. I still got more things to pick up for my party. Stuff to do that. I got to get the Lincoln stuff out for a family that is coming to from out of town to get them some nearby hotels and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff going on though. Good morning to you. So I'm gonna eat my sandwich when I get to work, y'all, but I'm going day number 4. One more day. Well, I might work the weekend, so we'll see how I feel. But I might get up and work the weekend. I don't know. I don't know just yet. But let me start this off, you guys. This is not confirmed, because it's still a ways off, August 6th, 7th, and 8th. So if you guys are or giving it some thought to behind Daddy Lolo, and to go over and check out the time and where they're meeting at and all that good stuff. If you're in the nearby New York location of the Walk for Kales or the March for Kales or the Rally for Kales or the Protest for Kales, I believe that they're going to Lifetime and they're going to Sony. I believe that they are also going to be going somewhere near the courthouse on a separate day. They asking for the colors, I guess, of yellow, I think, and I believe I might have seen something of the red on the post over there. So when it comes to One Papoose, it is not 100% confirmed because I just don't fly like that. I really just don't jump on a plane. I haven't been on an airplane since 1988, 89. I want to say probably 92. And yeah, I flew to Texas and had to take care of some things and came back because I wanted to Run DMC, I think it was the concert down at the Chicago Theater, or it might have been at what is it, the Horizon, or the one that's out in the suburbs by O'Hare. I forgot the name of it, but it's been so long, but I know they changed the name of it. But I just kind of wanted to say this, you guys, just to talk to you all on my way to work. I have to go back and kind of catch some of your comments later on, but I was, with Mr. Kelly, right? We have not heard much of Kelly's side of his story when it comes to his relationships, right? And we know that he had relationships with an S on it. He didn't have one. We didn't even know, or I didn't know, most of you guys, because I seen some of your comments when it was talked about a while back. About him being married. A lot of us didn't know. I did not know that he was ever married until it came out. And so that was kept quiet, It was kept quiet for a minute until it got out to the public, I believe, during the bad times of their relationship. Yeah. When their relationship hit the bad time mark, that's when everybody was you was hearing so much stuff, and I was like, oh, he's married. Oh, I didn't even know really that it was 3 kids. I knew one, and that was the little Joanne Kelly, but you didn't even really start hearing that much about his marriage and what was going on in it and all of that stuff until it hit bad times. Isn't that crazy? When Mr. Kelly, according to what I read in his book, The Solister, in his book, the image that I got, what was polarized in my mind, was that Mr. Kelly was learned to hush. So later on in his life, he ended up with a song that says, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Don't want to hear it, shut up. But in his earlier years of being a child and being in an adult, being in the home where there were many people coming in and out, as his mother, Joanne Kelly, was going off to do the things that she needed to do for her family. And he's left at home, and he tells you in his book that there was plenty of ladies that was coming in and out, and they walked around with the breasts and these fancy clothes, and it left him confused about why these women are kind of this away in the home where he had to reside, right? And so throughout his process, his time in his home with all of this doings that's going on as a child, he got to see so much stuff. And a lot of things that he did see, he was threatened and he was told to hush. If you tell things, what can happen to you. So he conditioned that in his mind I know things, I see things, but I can't tell things, because what he may have chose to tell may not have been other people's business outside at all. Not at all. So I thought about him as I was watching. I'm getting ready to go through this little area, you guys, so bear with me. I thought about him as I watched this relationship play out on YouTube. I watched the bragging rights of having a good man. I did. I watched him happy of finding a good man. Relationships come and they go. It's what you choose to make out of it. It's what you choose to put in it to make it work. When Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly was told throughout his childhood life of the things that he saw to hush, he was ordered to come in here and film an adult sexual activity going on, was confused as hell. But he never came out to share that as a child. He wasn't running around the neighborhood telling everybody what happened. Even when he had that incident about the Mr. Blue, the next door neighbor who jumped in the shower, came out naked, oiled up his penis. Kelly didn't even really tell that. He tried to keep that to himself. From what I heard, I believe I heard it and saw it on YouTube, I believe his brothers took upon themselves, or himself, because it could have been just Carrie, not sure if it was Bruce. They told his story. Everybody else has been telling his story. We are all adults out here, so we know how relationships can go. You pretty much know. But where do we go wrong at with relationships? Everybody knows that I rock this tattoo on my finger, and it's been there a while. I'm gonna go get it re-inked though, sometime probably maybe next week or so, as soon as I get time. She got to make appointments now. I'm gonna get it re-inked. And a lot of people, from what I see in this YouTube streets, needs this tattoo. This tattoo has conditioned me as well. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That relationship, and this is just my opinion, and I may not have no business speaking on it, but because I bring the news over here to the entertainment TV and congregate with you ladies over here, I'm okay to do so. No harm, no pun intended. Where did it go wrong? Where did it go wrong? See, when people are starting out relationships, you're only going to know the starter point of it when they jumping into it, because we're astoundingly happy. We're happy as hell. We done nailed the right one. Yep. After that part, you don't know what's going on the inside of the relationship. Now imagine that. After that part, everything that goes on behind the closed doors after the announcement of the excitement of having a man. Nothing else is your motherfucking business. That's what they tell you. They ain't sharing shit. They don't want you in the bedroom with they don't want you going and looking at them going to the store. They don't want you to know that this man may have this multiple sisters or brothers. All of that is off limits. Imagine that. Imagine that. Yeah. Because see, now they're going through the good times. Bold enough to come out here to tell you, I'm in a relationship. I'm happy. I got this. I got that. He's the best man that could ever have happened to me. Now, you learned that part. Now you off limits of knowing what's going on inside of the home. But as soon as it turned bad, you get to know about the breakup. Imagine that. That is exactly what had happened to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. It's just everything about Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's life. I seriously watched it all play out in the YouTube. I don't know how ironic that is, but it's ironic as hell. Everything. He's been accused of this. He's been accused of lying. He's been accused of cheating. He's been accused of this. You name it. And it played. Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly allegations has literally played out in everybody's face. Everything. The Mann Act. You name it. You name it. The stealing. You name it. You name it. It played out. I was like, this is crazy. You literally didn't even have to read the book. You can just watch this right here. Sad. It's really sad. People don't want you to know the good times. Nobody ever wants to pretty much share the good times of a person that you know gave you good times. Nope. They only want you to know the fucked up times about it. That's a sad ass situation. Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, the only thing that we are hearing about his relationships is the bad times. Yep. None of the good times. Imagine that. He ain't told his story yet. I ain't never wavering to a one-sided story. So there was no way that I could waver to the one-side story that was displayed on YouTube. There was no way that I can coincide, with the one-sided story that was on YouTube, because we all know that there's two stories. There's two stories. You got to have both sides of the stories, right? I don't know who's wrong or who's right because I'm not in their relationship, but what I can tell you is that I saw behavior, the exact same behavior of how all of those women that chose to bail on Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly and come out here to tell the bad parts of their relationships with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. That's messed up, y'all. That's messed up as hell. There's no way that you can jump in a relationship and come out here and scream to the world, such as an example, Azrael, happy as hell. We saw that girl happy. Ooh, that's my man. Ooh, and I was sitting in the back of the courtroom in his head. Oh my God, that's my man. Claimed him, set up on the throne. Because he was a good man. Got you whatever you wanted to have. Took you wherever you wanted to go. If he couldn't take it, somebody else got you there. The good times. The good times. Set up in the mansions. Trump Tower was nice. It ain't all that nice though, but it's okay. I ain't gonna even lie about Trump Tower. Them goddamn apartments look raggedy than some shit. I ain't gonna lie. Trump need to get in there and upgrade some shit around there. I ain't seen enough granite up in that damn place. I ain't seen enough GEs, refrigerators, and the Samsungs and stuff like that. Look like standard model shit going on up in the Trump. I'm gonna have to talk to Trump about that. You know you got predominantly black Section 8 people up in there, and they got Section 8 goddamn standard appliances. Upgrade the goddamn Trump. It ain't really all that damn fancy, not even on the outside. The blue looks better to me than the goddamn Trump. I don't care what nobody say, and I'm standing on that. I just had to throw that in there. I had to smoke that in there. Fix your goddamn Trump Tower up, Trump. Your shit look like shit, and your walls look all thin. Look like you can't even have no banging sex up in there. The next door neighbor gonna hear your damn name. The shit looks so thin and crazy up in there. I ain't lying. Even the goddamn lobby. Yeah, I know you can do better with that damn lobby. Ain't no crystal clear chandeliers and shit and all that going on up in the Trump, y'all. The standard modern ass hotel called the Trump, period. So, with that being said, that's exactly what you saw, right? So now, everybody out here on the YouTube streets get to see a whole relationship start. You don't get the middle part, and then now you get the ending, which ended up being such a sad breakup. I don't like breakups. I have to tell you that. I don't like breakups. And I definitely don't like scorned women. Scorned women will tear a good man down, or at least try to do so. And I don't like that. I did hear the young guy or the gentleman speak over on DJ's panel to tell his side of the story. And after doing 28 years, I believe he said 28. I could be wrong, but it's somewhere 28, 29, somewhere up in there, right? Only he can tell his story of how many years he done. So I'm going to have to believe him on his years. If that's what he said he did, because he was in there. Not me, not you, and not nobody else. He was up in there. So I'm going to have to believe his years when it comes to that. But after you sat up in there, and I mind you guys, he mentioned Stateville. Stateville happens to be one of the most horrific, notorious, gang-related prison system in the United States. Stateville is. It's ruthless up in there. So I can imagine him doing the 28 years, and with hearing him speak humbly, and I'm not taking his side, but he spoke humbly for someone who has been in the habitat and being where you can easily get this learned condition to be ruthless, loud and rowdy and fuck that bitch and da. I was surprised. I was totally surprised, right? Because, like, it came from Stateville, dude. Stateville is raw. You usually anticipate the guys coming out of Stateville with this crazy ass attitude. Don't give a fuck. Fuck a bitch. I'm going to take a bitch down. I'm going to get me 4, 5 of them and live with them. And all. That's what my mentality, way of thinking when it comes to Stateville. That's how you know it. You don't think if you think I'm lying, go pull up documentaries about Stateville. And you're going to see some of the hardcore ass people, men that is, that resided up in Stateville. So one would have thought, oh, he going to be gangstified and, he finna go at it, after hearing these allegations about him. No, he didn't do that. He came out humbly. Mad respect to that. So that tells me that man obviously got released, and somewhere he was trying to ground his life. Whether it took him numerous times to, with different relationships, somewhere he seems to want to ground his life with a good person, right? Us women, we can. We can make relationships look so bad. I seriously urge everybody to tat it up. This is important. Once you come out to bring all of these people in your relationship, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. If you're going to do it, you have your one or two girlfriends that you want to sit down and talk to about what may not be working, how you can get it fixed. See if it's fixable. See if it's salvageable. See, because we are falling so weak to the divorce system, to the breakups, and fuck you, and you ain't shit, motherfucker, and you ain't shit. This world is built off of manpower. Manpower. And without them, without these strong men, I have to be honest, we ain't shit. Now, I know to most of the people out there, I may sound like I'm contradicting myself because a lot of you guys don't see men. But see, that's where this comes into play. Right here. Right here. None of your business. But I could tell you what, I'm grounded. Everything around me is grounded. It's grounded. But let me tell you about my first relationship. I'm going to share that because of what I've seen out here, right? 8 years. 8 years in. Plenty of good times. Plenty of good times. The good times outweighed the bad times. But a situation happened. Same thing that probably happened in all of your relationships out there, right? You walk away. It wasn't Rebecca, Felicia, Joanne, Tamika, Gloria, Lori. It wasn't none of their goddamn business. You know why? It wasn't their business. Because it wasn't a goddamn thing that they can do to help me with it. Wasn't their business. They wasn't in there sleeping in my bed. They wasn't eating with me. They didn't put no money into it. They didn't do nothing on the inside of my home. So why would I come on the outside of my home to give 20 women the whole rundown of my relationship? Why would I do that? What are you going to do about it? Nothing. You're going to go find time to go across the street, get some lemonade, and invite Miss Parker. Because now you got to tell Miss Parker, ooh, child, let me tell you about Pepas A Girl. Because I heard it from Tamika and Rashonda and Lisa and Renee. Our girl. So in their home, girl, because he didn't like grits, she was making goddamn cereal. And they was, that's what you get. Who got time for that shit? Who got time for that shit? You might as well call it sometimes. Have your whole goddamn story printed up in there. You didn't hear Mr. Kelly come out here to tell y'all nothing. Code, ethical code. Shut the fuck up. Because people only want to gain that adrenaline, that gossiping theory, motives to go talk about you. And if you turn the mirror, they going through the same goddamn shit. But it's better when they talk about you. Get the tattoo. Code yourself up. I have been conditioned by this. Because the less they can say, the better off this world would be. Relationship broke up. The relationship broke up. Every word came out, and he's this, and he's that, and he's this. All was told was everything that was bad. Share some good stuff. You gonna share it all. A book just usually don't have 1 or 2 pages. It has the beginning, it has the middle, and it has the end. You can never understand the concept, the motive, the narrative of the book without the middle of it. So how can anyone come out here to say, well, girl, you right. Well, boy, you wrong. Well, boy, you right. Girl, you wrong. When there was a whole middle section missing out of that book. Some crazy shit, right? Some crazy shit. But you got all the bad part about it. And when you saw all of the women that was jumping on the bad part of that situation that occurred, right? Agreeing, boosting it on. Girl, you right. You ain't need that nigga. Shit, you bigger than that, girl. That nigga didn't need you. You had what you need. You was already on your own. You on your own. Fuck that nigga. You could go get you somebody better than that. First of all, it's the person that didn't have the middle of the story. Second of all, it's a female that's going through the exact same thing, but she ain't told you her shit. You feel what I'm saying? She ain't shared her shit with you. Third thing, when you do decide to come out here and tell your goddamn business that was inside of your home, whether it was good or it was bad, make sure that you're sitting with someone that is sharing the exact same thing that you're sharing. If they're holding back on you and just sitting there to be a sponge in your face, she got to go. And I've seen it happen. Let's talk about you calling yourselves where you have a friend out here. My friend, listen, my friend, listen. A friend only does just that. A friend is not going to sit there and say, well, you should leave that motherfucker, all because you gave me a story. I want to hear it all. And if I can see that my friend was truly investing herself in this relationship, she truly had good morals about wanting to be in this relationship with this man, because things are repairable. You can fix some shit, right? I don't want to see my friend hurt. I'm not going to talk to my friend and agree with her about how bad this nigga was, especially if he ain't put his hands on you, he ain't hog-tied you, he ain't took your cars and ramshacked it. He did not let you get food or none of that. No, that was a good man. If you're eating and you're doing this and you're sitting down having good conversations and you're going to the stores together and you're having sex and all of this type of stuff, those are good. Those are equivalent to good men. May not be to your caliber of where you are, but if that's what you chose, then you work out with what you have and you build it little by little bit. You try new things to make it better. Yeah, try new things. But the girlfriend sat over there with some horrible advice. Not once did she come out her mouth to say, well, hold up, sister. Hold up there, sister. Let's really see what's going on. Now, it's okay if you want to leave him, but maybe you two should go sit down and talk it out. And even if you guys don't get back together, leave on good terms. Because it's going to be a day, and it can be a day. You never know. Because like I said the last time, everybody playing out here is already in the making. It was already in the making. The day you were born, in that little cubicle thing, or in the bassinet at the hospital, your life was already planned spiritually. I was hoping to hear the lady over there say, go work it out, go talk it out, leave on good terms. Go tell each other we're sorry that this did not work out. What you have, you keep, and what I have, I keep. And we gonna leave it at that. It's okay for you to still call every now and then. I like to know how you're doing later on. Yeah. That's kind of how I saw Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's relationships, right? Bitter and scorn, because things didn't go accordingly to their plans. To their plans. Everything may not work according to your plans right out the gate. It's called working in progress. You got to put the work in. It's going to be hard. Relationships are hard. Very, very hard. Very, very goddamn hard. But what I do not condone and what I do, I just don't. And I teach, I got 3 girls. I told y'all that. I got 3 of them. 2 of them grown as hell. Grown as hell. And they get the same goddamn rule. You gonna argue, you gonna fight, you gonna do this, you gonna agree to disagree. You gonna laugh, you gonna have sex, you gonna go ride the roller coaster together, you gonna do all that shit. But when the bad times hit, because he might be short on a bill, he might not be able to put gas in the car, but you sitting over there with it, it's okay. Take care of it. A man wants a good woman as well. A good woman as well. Now, I ain't came across too many men that likes a lot of this in the streets. I can't find too many. 5 brothers married. I can't tell you half of what's going on in my brothers or my sisters' marriages in their home. When I speak to them, I'm pretty sure that they have arguments, everything going on in their home. But they don't come out here to say, sis, oh, my husband is an asshole. Oh, he make me sick. Oh, I want a divorce. Oh, this nigga make... I don't hear that. They keeping their business in their homes, even through the bad times, because they know telling me or my mother or anybody else, what are we going to do about it? When you already know, 9 times out of 10, you're either going back or you still going to be right there with them. You just needed somebody to vent to. Vent it out. But as a friend, no. Y'all go in that relationship in peace, because don't nobody wants to live with that on their heart. Do you know, I'm willing to bet you that there was some terrible sleeping going on. People tell you, I sleep good. I sleep good. You can't overpower the conscience of what God gave you. You don't sleep good after no shit like that. You go crying out. You gonna lay on a pillow, rocking back and forth, trying to figure out what went wrong. Now you got to stay up all night because you want to see, because this is on YouTube, what's gonna be said next. Ain't no rest. Ain't no goddamn rest. And people tell you, I ain't got no worries. Everybody got a goddamn worry, including me. I'm human. So to hear that shit is like cut it. You wouldn't be normal if you ain't got no damn worries. That's funny though. Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly got plenty worries over there. But we forgot all about him. Because now we got to sit out here and look at relationship rehab, go bad. Then there was another make up to break up that's going to happen, go bad. It is going to happen. It's going to happen. Grown ass people. You don't need another grown ass person to tell you how to act. Mediation is good. It's healthy it's healthy. Mediation is absolutely good. I'm a little different breed. It's about who mediating to me. Because I got to check your resume. If your resume ain't clean and up to par, ain't a goddamn thing you can mediate to me about. Because the first thing I'm going to say is get your reckless ass together first. Get your reckless ass together. But it takes the pastor from a church to tell everybody's best. We rather hear this type of stuff right here than to bring your butts up in the church to just get an hour of the word to cleanse us out. We don't want that. We want to stay out here where it's dirty at. Yeah, right here where it's dirty. I was sad about it, you know, and it's not, I don't even know them. Neither one of them. But just to see where it played out, to see the bitterness, to see the scorn, to see the signifying. on someone who was entering into a relationship, and because it went bad, this fuck a nigga, break a nigga, suck a nigga, fuck punk nigga, little dick nigga. And y'all sit over here and talk about a lot of people out here. They coming after our men. That's what everybody saying out here. They coming after our men. We the first to tear our men down. Yeah, we the first to tear our men down. Sure is. That man did 28 or so years. He said in Stateville. Can you imagine where his mental thought is after that? I'm just saying. But he did say, you lose one, you gain another. Nobody likes to be single and left alone out here. You got to have somebody out here to bury your ass. You have to have somebody to leave your shit to, unless you're going to leave it to the government. They will gladly take your goddamn shit that you done worked for all the way down to the goddamn fork in your damn house. Put it over there in the Salvation Army, let other people have it. So everybody likes to have somebody with them, even through the bad times. As I watched the women on the Lifetime docuseries, bad times, really bad times. I couldn't see Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly putting a gun to nobody's head, putting pills in people's drinks, tying you up and throwing you in the van to lock you in there. I couldn't see that. I didn't see that. Because he couldn't be over here at this time with you at 1 o'clock, because he over there at 3 o'clock with his other relationship. Yeah, it strikes anger. Makes you mad. But he didn't hide that. He hid nothing about how he liked women. So I was satisfied with that. Some things you have to respect about a person's character, and that became his character. Wasn't against the law. Wasn't against the law. After 2008, everybody was legally of age in its preferred legalized state. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. Because the timing wasn't right, and he couldn't spend the time with you, or he didn't get you the Berkey purse, or he didn't do this, or he didn't make it back over here from the concert, or he didn't leave the studio in enough time to get you your food and things like that. He became the worst enemy, the worst man in the fucking country. Yeah, he did. They came out here bitter, on the bitter train. On the bitter train. As women, to tear down that man's manhood of a character that he chose to want it to be by law. He could be that. We have players, pimps, hoes, you name it, madams, prostitutes, thieves, liars, everything, you name it. We have them out here. But we're going to tear him down. And those women get a pass for tearing down that man. A whole nother relationship just played out identically of what the Lifetime girls played out. Bitterness. Sometimes you just got to walk away from it. Fold everything up. Write it out and fold it up. Put it in the box. Seal it away. Only thing you can do now is move forward and hope that you can land someone else of your character that is of your character and the character that you want from that man. When I start listening to, it was something about the sisters and another person that was involved and this and all, that was a red flag for me. There was already people in the middle of the relationship. It's bound to happen. Yep. Bound to happen. I don't hear bitterness or anything in the guy that came on DJ Tyson's channel. I don't hear that. Straight humbleness. I hear upset. I hear disappointed. I hear that part in him. And like I said, I'm not saying he's right either, because I wasn't in their home. I wasn't in their bed, so I don't know. I'm telling you that I don't hear that in him. I hear disappointment. That's what I hear in that guy. And the female, I hear bitterness and angriness. You're angry. It's calm down. Just calm down, sister. You got the wrong friends, first of all. Because there's no way a friend is going to sit by you, not console you first, not tell you that it's okay. This stuff happens. Your friend would have calmed you down so that you can think rationally about things, so that you don't say things and later on regret what you said. No. That's what your friend should have done. But you popped on the screen immediately, really fast, so that was unstoppable. You had already premeditated that up. You wanted the world to see the worst in another black man. Now, what will others think about him if a lot of people had caught your video and he's walking down the street minding his business or somewhere, and they say, hey, oh, you was that guy that, oh, you did, girl, dirty. You foul for that shit. That's some fucked up shit you did. He's got to be judged now. He may have a hard time now getting him his next queen because of your reaction. He still deserves somebody in his life. She deserves somebody better, as she says, in her life, because according to her, he's the epitome of the fucking dirt. But don't take that away from another female, because that epitome of the dirt just may be somebody else's prize winner. Yeah, just may be. I don't know, it's crazy. Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Everybody has this polarized image now. He's this dirty man. He messed with minors. He screwed somebody at 13, 14, 15-year-old. Those allegations was in 2008. Those allegations were back then. You can't keep living on the past. They said, we're going to acquit you. He left that courtroom with a whole nother life now to start over. Still knowing that would have been a possibility with the feds watching him. Everybody's on his ass. Knowing that there would be probably people even in his camp watching him. Yeah. There was no red alert of a child missing in Chicago. There was no riots of a child missing for 2 to 3 days in Chicago. There was none of that. None of that going. All that was just fine. It was fine. This whole thing triggered by the goddamn suntabs. Their guys. Because he believed the black people, the black women. Black women don't get enough attention. Black women is being taken advantage of. And you just saw black women, a black woman, bitter, angry. Relationship didn't work out because people entered into the middle of their relationship. And they can only get in if you allow them to get in. Bitter. So when Jim Derogatis put his story out, maybe that should have been his title. Until he got Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's side of the story about his goddamn relationships. Because it's always two sides to a story. Bitter women. Because the relationship don't work. Bitter. You got to let it go. You gotta let shit go. Once you let it go, tattoo it up. Nobody business. I'm not the one that's gonna be out here giving you the worst about a man that I felt at a phone call. These things, right? Because I'm not gonna take him from being with someone else unless I know that this man was beating me upside my head with a frying pan, giving me all type of black eyes, breaking my arm and shit. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that that man don't end up with someone else to do the same thing to her. But because there was petty arguments, disagreements on this, and you couldn't get the gas and I had to get the gas, or you forgot to wash the cars and I'm gonna come out here, that lazy motherfucker. No, I'm not. That's because I know that I was capable of holding him down while I can do this over here. He's gonna hold me down in an area that I can't do. That's relationships. But that shit show there, that was some crazy shit, you guys. Free R. Kelly. This R. Kelly's whole goddamn allegations has literally been played out on the YouTube stream. His whole allegations, his whole indictment story, right in front of y'all faces. You live and you learn. And if you guys ain't learned something about the YouTube relationship rehab that just went down, y'all better wake up. Get your tattoo. Shut the fuck up. Because the people on the outside, they can't do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. They just want your story. And they feedback gonna be so goddamn phony to you because they got to cover up the shit that's going on with them that happened to you. They'll cover that shit up. They'll tell you that they nigga in the house beating their ass. They ain't gonna say that. They want your shit so that they can go run and tell Becky. Yeah. That's crazy though. I don't know, you guys, but love is in the air. Love is in the air. One papoose, get y'all tattoo. Condition yourself. Stop telling your business. Keep your shit private, especially stuff like your personal stuff inside your home and things like that. It's nobody's business. These people out here, they ain't goddamn licensed psychologists and licensed all these therapists and licensed to tell you the law or nothing. If they were, then why the fuck did they not use it professionally somewhere to make the big money? Go use it. You can't be out here telling me that you're professional and you got you this, and people tell that you don't know the law. Well, obviously you don't know it much either, because your ass using it on YouTube. Go get your whole goddamn law firm and go make that $525 an hour. Why you out here? Shit like that I don't fall for, because I'm gonna question it behind it. I got questions behind it. You the therapist. Why you on here fixing shit? Go make the real money. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I'm going to sit out here and practice to be a psychologist. I'm going to practice to be an attorney right here and not get paid for it. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And you can't live without the dollars. You can, but then you just earned yourself a badge of struggle. Pretty much. You just earned yourself a badge to struggle. And that's some real shit. That's some real shit. But watching all of this play out, you guys, this has to be the most craziest thing. Nothing new to me. I'm older. So I done seen this shit in and outside of this YouTube. In and outside of it. This shit don't shock me. I'm used to how black people can get down. Nothing new to me. Nothing surprise me. From every channel to every channel, from every character to every character to... I'm not surprised. That's why I can stay laughed up. I stay laughed up at this shit here. Shit ain't new. This shit ain't new. Some old ass shit. Shit been going on for years. Only the people are new. But I stay laughed up out here. Laughed up. You damn right. I laugh at this shit here. And I don't laugh at it because I'm goofy. I'm immature. I'm retarded or something. I laugh at it because it's a laughable, nonsense, giggling ass situation. And I like to laugh. So keep bringing it on so that I can keep laughing it up out here. Because the same shit that they talk about, they do it. They do it. You do it. In some kind of form or fashion, you end up doing it. But then you come out and you want to talk about it, and this went this way, this went this way, and this went this way, this way, this way. You turn the mirror. You did the shit. You doing the same. You do what you talk about. That's some weird shit. You do what you talk about. Can't preach and teach papoose a motherfucking thing. That's what that's my motto. That's my motto. You can't teach. Actually, there's a few out here that I tap into to learn some things from. But there's a whole lot out here that you can't teach papoose a motherfucking thing. Nothing. I don't want your opinion. I don't want your thoughts. I don't want shit. Nothing. Not after all of the shit that I done seen out here. But learn your friends. Because there's no way a friend is going to sit beside you through a dying time of need. What your friend should have recognized was a sign of hurt. Because it was there. It should have came with consoling. Then it should have came with the whole story. Well, let me hear it. Then it should have came with her trying to reasoning the person down. Don't end it on a bad turn. Because one day, you just might need that person at 80 or 90. Y'all might be sitting up in the nursing home together. You never know. Never know. End those relationships on good terms. Mine's end on good terms. And I'm put this out there. That's why I live so good. I don't have no worries. I could pick up the phone anytime. Even with the wife that's there. Even with the other girlfriend that may be there. But because I left on good terms and we've shared some things in life, it's okay for me to say, woo, 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 woo. Can you pick my truck up tomorrow for me? Knowing that he may be married or with his girlfriend, but because I keep things humble, I'm polite, I'm kind, I'm mindful of what they are doing. They are mindful with what I do. She doesn't have a problem with me as long as I know my limitations, my boundaries, and I have to respect that they are together. Hell, I can probably even call and ask her to pick up my car for me. It's about moving on, not hating what done happened or hating the motherfucker, because you may need them in a dying time. Oh yeah, you may need them in a dying time. Got to keep everything good, even when it went bad. You got to somehow flip it back to good. That's a psychological thing. That's what good people do. That's what good-hearted people. Some relationships, I get it. You just can't repair them. You can't bring yourself to that. And those should be the relationships where you were actually harmed and he shot you. He poisoned you. You know, she poisoned him. He did that. Yeah, I get those. Those are relationships that taint you, that scars the heart and the soul. You don't never want to have nothing to do with that motherfucker. I don't never want to have nothing to do with that bitch. I get those relationships. But for the ones where there was unreconcilable differences and shit because somebody didn't get the gas, or because you let your sister come between us and stuff like that, those are good term relationships that you lead. You lead those on good terms. It's all good. We didn't see things eye to eye. That was it. That was it. But we sure good about bragging about that motherfucking sex, though, boy. We start getting that motherfucking dick, boy. We talk about that shit, boy. That motherfucking dick was good. That nigga put it in my bag. That nigga was... Oh, we tell that shit. We tell that shit. Break up with him. That nigga dick ain't shit. Fuck that nigga. His dick is small. Fuck him. Fuck him. I hope that motherfucker die with AIDS. And yeah, that's the shit that we do. Black girl shit. Tearing our men down. That was a slogan out here. We tearing our men down. We don't fight for our men. It just played out in y'all face. It just played out in your face. Another man torn down because of scornness of another woman. Same thing Mr. Robert Spencer Kelly is going through. And they coming at his throat, you guys. They coming at Mr. Robert Spencer Kelly's throat. At the end of the day, Mr. Kelly's situation is this. It's this. It's this. And that's my opinion. It's my opinion. Anytime a judge would not allow a man to speak on his behalf, took his rights for him to be voiceful. He wanted to be verbal just for a second. He wanted to be verbal. He wanted to speak to the judge to tell her how he felt, what was going on, what was his reasons, why this is happening. It was disallowed, taken from another woman. She took his voice from him like that because she wore a black robe. She wears the black robe. I am the head nigga in charge in here. But it's this. It's this. The power of money can have you believing that you have the control over everything. Even humanity. Broke him down like he was a goddamn running around loose ass fucking animal. Broke him down. Shut the fuck up. It's not that judge. Don't want to fucking hear it. Took his manhood. Do you know what it felt like probably for him to stand there to watch a woman because she getting this to do her job? To take his rights, to strip him from his manhood, of him to not speak about himself. Can you imagine what that felt like? They say stand for your man out here. They're taking your men. That was done while everybody was listening on that phone call. That was done right in front of a lot of people that raised their hand and took that oath under the law. They took his manhood right there in front of those people. Not a single soul didn't care. They didn't care. Not even the prosecutors. They could have said, well, Your Honor, it's okay. Let's allow him to speak. They didn't give a fuck. Humanity don't matter anymore. When you got this, you shut everything down about your fucking life. It's crazy, right? It's sad too. All he wanted to do was say a few words. You will not speak. Now maybe it was done for the better of him, so that nothing else can be held and used against him in the court of law. Another shit, that they done came up with. Another shit to bound you. Another shit to set you up. Anything you say will and can be held against you in the court of law. What the fuck? Why? What the fuck for? So you want to bound me with that too, huh? Y'all gonna learn how they do you out here. We still in slavery. We in slavery by your friend, by your boss, by your governor, by your cousin, by everybody. Because everybody wants to put a rule and a law on a motherfucker out here. Still in slavery. We're never coming out. We're never coming out. Ever. The only way out of freedom is death. That's it. I get so sick and tired of hearing that shit. That's your only way out of it. Every breath you take, every feet you move. When you move your feet in front of each other and you get up, when the moment you get dressed, you can get ready to click on plantation. It's gonna happen. inside your home, outside your home, at your job, your friends, at the club, everywhere. Somebody's got a rule and a law of how things should be on yourself. The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here with that shit. You wouldn't do wrong. You wouldn't have to be out here with all this damn justification and manipulation and all that goddamn shit. Just don't do wrong. It's not that complicated. The minute you feel it coming on, just bag up. What the fuck am I doing? Hurt people hurt people. That's what they say. Hurt people hurt people. On that note, you guys, I'm getting up out of here. But I'm going to leave y'all with this, though. Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, whole entire lifestyle, the indictment, his character has been played out on this YouTube streets. And that's bizarre. That's some bizarre ass shit. Yeah, that's some bizarre shit. Keep your business in your home. Find better friends that's going to console you. Bring you back down from a 10 to at least a 3 so that you don't have to be doing something that you may regret. All relationships are not going to be good relationships. It's just the way it is. But you can leave them on good terms. You can leave relationships on good terms. Tore another man down because shit didn't go as planned, as accordingly. I heard a whole bunch of lies, but I ain't finna sit here and go through those. Whoa, it was some lies and some lies and some lies. And like they tell Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, this is what the ops and everybody be screaming. Videos don't lie. Audios don't lie. Same aspect. Keep that same energy. Because the audio and the video is going to forever be out there. And they don't lie. This is what they were screaming on Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Audios and videos don't lie. Y'all know Cass Jones is back out here, right? I believe that I mentioned out here that, oh my God, you know, did we ever think about the Lifetime movie actually being duplicated from that Daddy's Little Girl goddamn book or whatever? Do you think that the judge would ever sit down or the prosecutors or anybody and read through the little book for a minute and then rewatch it and go see the scripts and things that Lifetime had written up for their characters to play out the scene? See if that aligns with something there. Do y'all believe that Cass Jones sold the book to Lifetime to create this story on Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly? Y'all believe that or not? Something for us to continue to talk about. She said she's happy. You can't knock a bitch bag. Y'all heard the phone call where she allegedly was on the phone with Mr. Kelly. And Mr. Kelly telling her, who is it? Who is it? And she was, they trying to set you up. They doing this. Cass Jones never left Angela. Allegedly. She never had left him. There's a tweet where it says so. I have the screenshot of it. She never left that man. She had always and still will be in love with Angela. It was all a freaking setup. All those phone calls that Cass Jones was calling in, all out here on the YouTubers, all that shit was fake. All that shit was set up, allegedly, by Angelo and Cass Jones, and allegedly probably drunk and led. You go do this. Everybody that came out had a position to play. They all had a position to play. And they played it very well. They played it distraction position. They played the setup position very well. When we started that July Walk for Chaos, it was for a reason. The same way that Me Too came out to shut him up or mute R. Kelly, we were coming out to unmute him. And it got tore down. Only lasted for a hot second because everybody wanted to be big leaders. You couldn't have big leaders. All we needed was just to come together. You go that way, you go that way. Is this right? Is this right? What we gonna say? How we gonna say it? Okay, you gonna bring 10 more tomorrow? I got 10 more tomorrow. Let's get it. Tore it down. Because Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, whole indictment has been played out in front of y'all face. Yeah, it has. There's more to that story. I'm not gonna release it. I'm gonna jump back to Cass Jones, but I just clicked on the mediating episode just for probably a few minutes because I went to sleep. It was late. There's more to the story. There's more to the stories. Starting from July. But I have this right here. Because it's in the past. And you can't make nothing better from the past. You can only move forward to become greater. That's it. But there's more to the past. Yeah. There's more. Cass Jones portrayed that she was there for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly on that phone call. The phone call allegedly was made on purpose. You go do this, what we need you to do. We need you to go, you go take care of this. And she did it very, very well, allegedly. She did it very, very well. And that's fucked up. Can you imagine Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly crying behind that, speaking to people where he would assume that finally somebody's got my back. Somebody's going to help me. He asked her, I need you to find out who's doing what. Find out who's doing what to me. Never helped him. She never got down there. She never went and put her story on to the police. Hey, this is wrong, this is all wrong, and this is all wrong. She never went over there and find her a different judges to get in their ear. This is all wrong. These people are doing this. These people are doing this. These people are. She never did it. She never did it. What she did was able to just get Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly on that phone so that he can keep talking. So that he can talk. Azarel got him on the phone so that he can talk. So that he can talk. Because he trusted her. A little bit. Allegedly. Yeah. I thought you said that it was my turn to be, and you said that you were going to get rid of joy. Get rid of joy? You going to tell a grown-ass man that he need to get rid of joy, or he gonna get rid of joy? And she kept him on the phone, milking whatever out of him that she could possibly can get out of him. But today, after I kind of went through all of this Cass Jones stuff and went back to look at the tweets and things like that, right here, it was all right here. It's all right here. It wasn't about the love of humanity. It wasn't about doing what's right, people. It was this. She gets to brag now on how she's eating good. She ain't got no worries. Mr. Kelly does, though. The person who she was on the phone with, attempting to tell him that don't go, don't do it. They finna do this Lifetime movie. Don't do it. It's all messed up. It's right. Don't do this. This is all a setup. He gets to sit over there and try to figure out why all of this is happening to me. Why the person that wrote Daddy's Little Girl brag about how she eats motherfucking good and can rock and can do this and can do that. And she's the baddest publicist out here. A bitch gotta eat. Yeah. It's sad, y'all. It's hurtful. It's a sad. This is some sad shit here. Sad. And in love with Angela, allegedly. So I gotta ask myself, what do you think about Papoose with Angelo and Alice sitting and telling their stories on the documentary? Was that real? Were they together? Are they not together? Did they have to paint that picture? Did they call these people in saying, hey, we need the mother and the dad here showing their parental interest in their child? What do you think, Papoose? Well, by golly, I think you might be right. Allegedly. Allegedly, you guys. Allegedly. Yeah. I don't know. There's more, because I hear that there's another book, because she on the road. There's another book. You'd have known if she was from Mr. Kelly. You'd have known it. We would have been known it. Had she went to those people. And Angelo and them got picked up right away. Because she had all the evidence. Remember, she had all the evidence. She could tell the story very well. She was there. She was there doing a Lifetime docuseries film, and she said she was on the elevator. I remember the whole story like it was yesterday, but I don't have time to tell it right now. You knew all of this, just like other people out here saying that they was aware of some shit, but they withhold it to themselves while a man is still locked up. You can cover it up all you want to about that damn defense money and knowing some information that was allegedly factual about it. But a man hurt from that. Do all you want to do. Pap ain't no fool. She sure isn't oblivious to a bunch of bullshit. But tell your story. That's your story. I'm just a squirrel trying to bust a nut. Tell your story. Motherfuckers is crazy out here. Stupid crazy. But Pap the crazy one. Pap the weird one. Pap don't understand. Pap can't make sense. Made sense enough to know that all you motherfuckers out there is fucked up. Didn't take hard for me to do that. I didn't even have to write that shit down. I didn't even have to memorize that shit. You motherfuckers are fucked up doing the things that you have done to one man, all because of his choice of lifestyle, of having multiple women, all because you can't live and let go. The courts let him go. That juror let him go. But because the government didn't favor that, because Kim Fox didn't favor that way, Michael Avenatti, it didn't fit him well. The big people came out here mad as fuck to change the whole narrative up on everybody, and it stuck because everybody was so furious that a jury acquitted that man. If you wanted to have the rights to say that he was guilty, why ain't your ass going in the courtroom and sign up for to be on the jury pool? We need to be a jury. He's guilty, he's guilty, he's guilty, he's guilty, he's guilty. So now it has led him to have to sit with a sequestered juror. You can only tell a story so many ways. where it's going to sound confusing, conflicting, and like a bunch of pack of fucking lies. So the same goddamn presentation that these prosecutors are planning to have, or that they had for the previous juror, just because there is a sequestered juror, how many times are they going to be able to switch up the same goddamn narrative to try to push it to make it factual? How many times? You don't get too many tries in that. It starts to sound like jibber-jash. It sounds like you want to force the truth when it's a lie. It doesn't sit well. Doesn't sit well at all. They done told the story once to a juror about Aaliyah. They done told the story once to a juror about a goddamn videotape. You got to use it again. What you finna say? Look at the bottom of his feet this time? What are you gonna say this time? His tailbone got a budge to it. One side of the cheeks is higher than the other. What details now are you gonna use differently on this man? All you got to do, I heard one of the ops say, is just place him at the scene of the event. Let's call it an event where the girls were flown out to. So your evidence, Mr. Opposition, is, I'm gonna say his name, Drunken Larry, is that's all they got to show, is that the girls were flown over to, I'm gonna say, Delaware. Let's just use Delaware example. And as long as Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly was having a concert that lasted for 2 hours and 30 minutes, never came to pick these girls up from the airport, never had them in the car coming from the airport, not seen walking beside them coming in a hotel, none of that. You mean to tell me that that evidence is gonna stand? In your words? Because you said all they have to do is show that they was flown over there. That's all they got to do. Not now. Not with this new goddamn lawyer on board. Not now. Not now. Nah. You're playing with a defense / prosecutor. So she got all of the elements mixed up in one bowl, ready for it to happen. All they got to do is prove that the girls flew over there and whatever. Who they was walking with? Who picked the luggage up? Who put the luggage in the back of the car? Who escorted them to whatever hotel they went to? Where's the video for that at? Mr. Kelly holding hands, swinging, going through the hotel with them? Huh? I'm going to leave with this, though, you guys. For real this time. Don't hate the player. Hate the motherfucking game. I believe that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly did everything that he did legally by the law according to the age. All that shit that he was with me when I was 14 and 15 and 16, leave that shit in 2008. Done deal. You acquitted him. Their women got paid. They could have bought them a whole new motherfucking man that they wanted to be living that the best life with Kelly. They could have cloned him another motherfucking Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, as far as I'm concerned. Because there's people out here that looks like him. It is. They could have cloned one. All this fucking money. Now you got to sit out here and make this man prove to you all that he paid off the women. Did I pay you off or did I buy you some things? Which one is it? Which one is it? The struggle of life. Go figure that shit. the struggle of life, because that's what we have out here. Damn if we do, damn if we fucking don't. I want my cake and ice cream, and if I don't get it, I'm gonna cut your motherfucking ass into 8 pieces. If I get it, we get to eat this cake piece by piece and live in holy matrimony forever and forever till death do us part. The fuck out of here. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. There's more to come with that Cash Jones. It's coming up on Ladies Night. We're going to finish talking about what she up to. How long her relationship is or has been. Yeah. Is Mr. Angelo Clary living his best life with 2 women? I don't know. Allegedly. He said we all good over here. Did that include Cash Jones? I don't know. I don't know. Everybody's living their best life. Books, movies, flashing light, makeup shows, belly tucking shows, all that shit. It is what it is. Life still must goes on. Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, he's got a fight on his hands. But he now also is aligning up a team with him. They say it's supposed to be a real team. A good team that can win some shit. That can probably take a hit from the judge by getting themselves thrown up out of there. Because it might have to be that type of attention now. It might have to be. You're going to have to throw me up out of here, Judge, or you may have to hold me in goddamn contempt and put me 2 motherfucking days in jail, because right now you over-talking yourself just because you sit up there and you got the black robe on and the gala. That don't mean that you get to have the right to sit there and take away a man's dignity to fucking speak. Give him his time to speak. That's all he's asking for. But you guys are stripping him down like a fucking raw dog. And that's wrong as fuck. Karma do come back in different ways. And if this judge who raised her hand and took this oath is doing what her elite people or her partners is asking her to do for a goddamn paycheck, she as well will reap what she sowed. And most people like that, their days get cut shorter and shorter and shorter. A lot of us don't like the way people reap what they sow is. A lot of us be wanting to see the worst of it. Burn them. Throw them in the gutter. Take her home from her. It ain't up to us who makes that plan. And we have to accept that. Because his whooping comes in different forms of fashion as well. One thing for sure and 2 things for certain. It'll make you cry. He'll make you cry. And you can't hold back those tears that he make you cry. He'll make you cry. And when you crying from the ones that he done made your ass cry about, them motherfuckers is some real ones, and that means it's time to do some goddamn adjusting in your damn life. Because the same way he come the first time, he'll come the second time, and the second time could be even the worst time. There's no way out of this slavery shit. There's no way out of the slavery mentality way that we think, that we act. But death do us part. The only way that you can control it, slavery, to work in your favor, stop doing all the fucked up shit out here to each other. We all are human. We're not perfect. It's just stop it. If shit go bad, go walk away from it and go find the better part of it. Go find the better part of it. Get tattooed up on that finger. Because the minute it starts to slip out your mouth, intentionally, put that finger up to your mouth. Because it's wrong. It's all fucking wrong. You would not want nobody to do it to you. I don't put my finger up to my mouth. when I'm out here rebuttaling on somebody that's trying to come at me on some kindergarten symbolizing. I don't have to. It's all comical with that. So I'm going to come back with you on that to show you how stupid you sound. But we so quick to spank a little kid. Don't be saying that. Don't do that to that baby. Don't you say that when you go to school. Yo, 50-year-old ass wants to sit out here and symbolize about hair, about teeth, about clothing, about a purse, about shoes. The most materialistic ass shit out here. Get y'all game up. Get your game up. Because no matter how forcefully you choose to come at one papoose, ain't a motherfucking thing I'm going to tell you about me. Not a motherfucking thing. Code of ethic to myself. To myself. I don't owe you people nothing about my life. So knock it off, wheelchair gang gang. You ain't gonna get it. Go back. If you don't owe it to nobody else, you owe it to yourself to shut the fuck up. With that being said, y'all have a beautiful, beautiful day. I have to go back and read your comments and everything. But y'all leave those comments below on your thoughts about Cash Jones. Leave me a comment so that I can read them, you guys, about how you feel about Cash Jones coming back out of her shell all of a sudden. It ain't going down over here too much. It's going down over on the Twitter. So if you want to be involved in the talk of Cash Jones coming up here on Ladies Night just for a little bit, go and see what was said so we can all understand and be on the same page about your thoughts and your opinions. What do you think is going to happen? How do you think Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly felt behind knowing that allegedly the Lifetime docuseries was possibly duplicated from a book that she wrote, and her only explanation for it was the book wasn't real, it's fictional. She just thought of it. She just thought of it. And a bitch got to eat no matter who it is. She's gonna eat off of you. She's gonna tell her story. We're gonna go back and revisit As Is Entertainment too, you guys. Because there was a reason that Shabazz came out. And what did he say on that phone call with Drunken Larry? What did he say on that phone call? Anybody remember that? Drunken Larry said, well, man, shit, you could have called and asked me. I would have told you, nigga. I would have told you everything. I know everybody. I talk to everybody. And Shabazz says, nigga, is you crazy than a motherfucker? I don't fuck with the feds. Nigga, you part of the feds. Clear. They laughed a little bit. He hung the fuck up. Yeah. He put it right out there in our face long motherfucking time ago after doing the As Is Entertainment episode. Mm-hmm. Yep, sure did. I got to go. Love one another. Share my video. Like and subscribe, you guys. I got to go do one papoose grind. Sad day. It's a sad, sad day, you guys. But we gonna turn this around. I'm gonna turn this around because that relationship rehab shit that just popped off sent me back down memory lane of how all those females decide to flip on Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly after all of the good times. Bitter, scorn. Another black man attempt to be torn down right out here on the YouTube street after his damn struggle of 28 years in the Stateville Penitentiary. Go run some of your documents on Stateville. You'll see how ruthless and horrifying it is up in there. Look at some of the men when they come up out of there, how they are mentally thinks when they come out. But I heard that man speak, and it was humbling. He ain't call out the bees or nothing, none of that stuff or nothing. He just said that, Queen of Chicago. Queen of Chicago. I don't never want to own anything like that. I don't ever want to say out here that I call this and I run this and I do this and I do that. I'm the baddest bitch around. No. We gonna be the baddest bitches, building businesses up, building a goddamn school. That's bad bitches. Not some motherfucker that's coming out to rule a fucking neighborhood, a block. Where you gonna put a house on it? You gonna put a park out in the playground for the kids? Those are bad bitches. Not this shit. I'm gonna fuck a bitch up. I run my... What? Now he comes back to reciprocate. You're not invited back, is what he said. It opened up another can of whoop ass. It opened up another can of worms where this man has sisters. She doesn't like what was said. They want you to come back. Don't you want to go back to be able to enjoy the lakefront again? The Buckingham Fountain? The Trump Tower? Don't you want to be able to come back and go ride the Ferris wheel over at the Navy Pier? Hit up Margaritaville, because that's my spot. Them motherfuckers can make a margarita any kind of way you want the bitch. I love me some Margaritaville, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I can sit right there and go get my shit. And then when I'm tired of sitting in the hut, go sit and watch the boats just sail on. But see, now when you come back, you have to have that thought about, is this man serious? Is his sisters going to have this animosity towards me and stop me from coming and want to fight me when all I want to do is just come and walk the lake? Worries. Put worries on yourselves out here. Not that goddamn worry. I hope that he doesn't mean what he says, and I hope, because he is a humble person from what I heard, that him and his family would just let it lay to rest. Let it lay to rest, so that his sisters don't get caught up in any bad things and get harm with, harm. Just, we don't want harm. But a whole relationship went bad, and we didn't even have to know about it out here on YouTube. Tat it up, y'all. Peace. I am out of here. Don't forget to hit that like button down there, you guys. I will see you guys Saturday night. Have a blessed day. Beautiful day. I'm out of here. Give the person above you a heart. Give the person below you a goddamn heart. And don't forget to share a heart with one papoose today, y'all. Go on. Enjoy your day. One papoose grind. Got to start. See you later.